Welcome to all inspiring chefs, cooks, and everything in between alike. This is Griever, your guys' host as always. This is my bar, the place I'm always at, and this is none other than Shokugeki no Soma, chapter 312. Let's get cooking, because I'm a little disappointed by the chapter. I won't say the chapter is bad. Character development has been a very big flaw in this arc. A lot of characters have been kind of beaten around the bush, and other ones have been a little bit, like might as well just start digging the grave for any potential for them anymore. So that has certainly not been a highlight of this arc. And this arc overall, as you guys already know my feelings on it, is certainly not one of the better arcs in Shokugeki. However, the chapter overall was not too bad. However, Asia's character here is just like, I'm not a fan. Once again, this series could be being rushed. I've heard rumors about that before, since this is not doing well in sales and such. But let's just get into the chapter, because basically the bursting and the stripping both happen in this chapter. Mana tastes the rice. She forces a stripping out, like a pulsing stripping, grand stripping, whatever it's called. And then she also does a bursting or whatever, and she strips herself, sort of idea. So a combination of both, which means the deliciousness is even better. It's almost like I've heard of it but never seen it before, and all this stuff. She describes Soma's flavor as basically being like he's the one in control of the storm. He is casting the storm that is cooking. Like he's the center of it, pulls her towards it and casts it on her, sort of idea. I think these are all meant to be Dragon Quest sort of references. I've not really played much of the Dragon Quest games, a few on the old, Nintendo systems, but that was about it, so I'm not really sure. And basically the rest of the chapter goes on to say that the reason Asia's dish was not better, and I've already talked about this, so this is something that I kind of hinted at before, but I didn't think it would go this far, is that cross knives is an ability that basically he doesn't have his own flavor. He can't. If he didn't use cross knives, and I brought this up in a few reviews ago, if he didn't use cross knives, his cooking skill isn't very good. He doesn't have his own flavor. He doesn't have his own techniques. Everything he's done, he has stolen from better chefs. And I brought that up when I talked about the possibility of Soma having the better version of cross knives, referenced back in his battle against Saito, the sushi master, in the Regiment de Cuisine, in that he was using multiple swords. It wasn't just his own sword, his own katana in a battle of a Shokugeki. He was using the swords of all the people he had met and learned from. Not stolen, but learned. And that was, I thought that they were going to go that route. Thought it would be cooler. Apparently we're ending it a little lackluster here. And suffice it to say is that he simply, so it's something that I brought up before, is that I didn't think that Saiba would have very great skill of his own, of his own merit, without cross knives. Cross knives is basically an ability based in stealing from other better people. So though I can admit I didn't outright foresee this, that his basically like Mana would see through this and this is how it would come up. I thought it'd be more like cross knives versus cross knives, like dark side, light side of the force version of it, sort of idea. But yeah, so she basically tells him, yeah, you made a great dish, but it was not a dish of your own. You stacked a bunch of high quality skills on top of each other and basically forgot the most important thing, which basically heart of the cards spoken here. So it's a little lackluster. It's definitely lackluster of the conclusion, especially since Asiya basically he turns 180 completely. Like this evil, condescending, manipulative, I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing, turns into the cookie-cutter, one-dimensional character. Like, oh, that's what I wanted all along. That's right, it was a family. I wanted to get stronger. Well, why did you want to get stronger? I wanted to get stronger because someone asked him, basically says, yo, why did you even want Arena to be your bride? It's because Joshiro basically told him find someone to cook for, and that'll make you a better cook. So he used that as stronger, but we see, like, it's implied that basically what he was after was just to be part of a family. He just wanted to be part of a family all along. And I feel like we have a missed opportunity to have a deeper character. Once again, character arcs being shit all over in this arc for a lot of characters. Irani's character, don't get me started. But suffice to say, this chapter was still okay. It was just a very anticlimactic ending to their big battle. I want to see something more grandiose and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's a pacing, rushing thing. I don't know. But either way, I have mixed feelings, as you guys can tell, about the chapter and the way it was ended. He tries to hand Joshiro's knife back, but someone basically says, "Nah, you're fine, you're fine." We get a little history there. We get some cool stripping. I like the girl in the leopard print. I'll put her in the thumbnail, assuming it won't get taken down by YouTube. I'll put her in the thumbnail. I really like that one-off girl in the, the stripes, tiger stripes underwear. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. So other than that, we do get the reference that this is basically probably the closest we will get to the fact that Joshiro did not try in his battle against Saiba the first time. Because Soma simply says, like, I've basically battled your skill, and my dad is far, far stronger than this. So Soma, being one who has battled his dad multiple times, can recognize that though this was a grueling battle, I know at my current level, I still can't beat my dad. So he doesn't outright say it, he thinks it. But he knows that that's kind of the... So, and Joshiro has a little pep talk that's basically like, you'll find what you're looking for after all. You're not so bad. You kidnap people, you're part of an underworld syndicate, you guys basically are part of mafias, you basically tried to destroy a bunch of things everyone holds dear, you tried to basically force a woman into submission to marry you, and that's all forgiven because you finally lost one food battle, so everything's okay. Like, no, he's not that... Like, that's the problem with the ending here in this chapter, is that he is not a redeemable character, and they're trying to redeem him as this lost soul, and it's not really his fault sort of feeling, and it's not earned. His redemption arc has not been earned, so bad writing, in my opinion. Hopefully we don't see him ever again. And the very ending part is simply Mono basically like, don't misunderstand. You could hear Soma. And that's basically where we ended off. So he gets to the competition. He gets to the finals in the blue competition. Once again, holding out hope for Cross Knives' proper version to show up. And will it be him versus Arena? A lot of people are thinking that. I'm still holding out my theory for the fourth contender being, once again, we have not seen, where is Kuga? Where is Ishiki? Where is Shinomiya? Where are all these people under the age of 35 who did not show up? Where's Rindo? We saw Tsukasa. That was it. No other person from the Elite 10 who's actually worth a damn. Forget you, Takumi and Megami. You're not better than... I can name 10 chefs better than you that are under the age of 35 in this series. So, forgetting them for a moment, there are so many other chefs capable, and Arena is still in the semifinals, not the finals. There's one more battle she has to face. So, she needs to get there. This is where the arc can actually take a good turn. You have another opportunity. I'm hoping they use it because, once again, every time they've had an opportunity to better themselves and it won't forgive the mistakes in this arc, but they can really strive forward and use what they've established and make this really good. I really don't want to see just an Arena versus Soma battle and no mention that fourth contender. You have potential here. It's making me interested. I hope it's utilized. Once again, I think it's one of those people. It could be Rindo. It's more likely to be Shinomiya or Ishiki. Those are the two people that I think are most likely to show up. Other than that, like the Noirs are basically all defeated. They put, as we saw, most of the Noirs put all their eggs in the Asia Saiba basket, and it didn't pay out. So, at the end of the day, chapter was mid. Like, it wasn't a bad chapter overall. It was just a very anticlimactic, and once again, the usage of character redemption and this one-dimensional cookie-cutter style of writing for me is just, I'm not cool with. He hasn't earned that yet. You hinted at, he had a bad mother. That's all we get. That does not excuse all the crap he's pulled. He had a bad mother, and Joshiro sort of semi-abandoned him a little bit. Seriously? So every kid in the face of the earth is expected that if they have a few abandonment issues with some parent figures in their childhood, should all become black market, noir, midnight chefs working for the damn underworld, the syndicates, the mafia, and the yakuzas, and they should go around kidnapping people, associate with criminals, and all this stuff? Really? But we can forgive all that. Like, see, that's the problem. I'm not okay with everyone just being, yeah, man, it's cool. Now that you're not trying to, take over the world sort of idea, you're fine, you're emotional, but you're fine. I'm not cool with that. I'm just not cool with that. Those are my thoughts on the chapter, guys. What did you guys think of the chapter? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Please like, subscribe, comment. As always, it's always been very much appreciated. This has been Griever with your Shokugeki no Soma, chapter 312 review. Keep cooking, ladies and gentlemen, and as always, drink responsibly. We'll see you back here next time.